And just like that, the final episode of the recording session has begun. Welcome back to Ace Attorney Dual Destinies. I am your host, MegaShadowFist. I suck at video games, I suck at commentary. And when we last left off, we were talking about things like, Mr. O'Connor had just given his, his testimony. Now we're discussing things about said testimony. So let's go to continue. A mount was brought over to the stage from the storehouse. Our client is the student council president. What's wrong with their taking a powder slip to put the mat away after they used it?
Objection.
Hey, there's plenty wrong. There's but one mat in the entire school that could cushion a fall from such lofty heights. Again, the mat in question was indispensable to moving the body. It sucks being the last to know everything. I think I get it now. The drag marks we saw behind the stage were made by the mat. If the only mat of that thickness is where the body is assumed to have been dropped, it would be hard to deny a possible link to the case. We're off to a bad start again. You sure you're okay, Athena? It's game on, Hugh! Game on! I'm gonna turn your arrogant perfect score grid into a teary-eyed frown of failure. Cross-examination. What you Connor saw. I believe what he saw was avant-garde. Save over slot 2, please. Over at the selected save data, yes, please. And it's avant-garde. Back. The lecture hall was packed before the mock trial, but the rest of the campus was empty. Chris? Hold it! Hold it! Hold it right there! What? I was just getting to the important part. Eager to unsheathe your blade, Cykes, don't you? Your heavy breath heaves to where I stand. How rude! A human's breath doesn't travel anywhere near that far! So the only issue is distance. You're not denying that you're a heavy breather. I'm just saying that scientific studies have proven that it's not... Hang in there, Athena. No matter how many instances they hurl, it won't affect the judge's opinion of you. What about my own self-esteem? Let's get back to what happened before the mock trial. That's when I saw Juniper dragging a large mat from behind the stage. Our client was simply putting the mat away. It had nothing to do with this case.
Objection.
That is where you are wrong. There is but one mat in the entire school that could cushion a 3-story fall. Hence, the mat dragged by the accused was essential to moving the body. If we win this one, I promise to donate another thick mat to the academy. Now, show me how to show you the truth. You'll have my full cooperation. I was watching her from the vantage point between the stage and the maintenance area.
Hold it!
Mr. O'Connor, are you positive you were standing exactly where you said? I was between the stage and the maintenance area, and she was behind the backdrop. Okay, so he was between the stage and the maintenance area, and she was behind the backdrop. O'Connor, Juniper. Wait, why is he like O, and she's J? Like, wouldn't it make sense for it to be W and O, or say J and H rather than J and O? He's sticking to his guns. This seat is so uncomfortable, my butt, it hurts. The issue here is where he was standing when he says he saw Junie. But nothing I say will mean anything without evidence. Time to dig a little deeper. Oh, and before you ask, I have my glasses on. Therefore, I'm positive it was Juniper. That is not an issue. She was heading towards me, so I assumed she was on her way to the maintenance area.
Hold it!
You shouldn't assume anything. It only shows you that you're not positive.
Objection.
Such wild momentum. Perhaps you were a raging bull in your past life. Like Robert De Niro?
Objection.
Don't compare me to some stupid farm animal! Hoi, Justice Denno. Our assertion is Juniper was simply putting the man away. In that case, where would she be taking it? Oh, to the storehouse! Over in the maintenance area. Precisely. Therefore, there is naught wrong with the witness's judgment in this matter. It is your wild charges that are the issue here. But I cannot help it if you keep seeing red. Sorry, we're not Godot. He's going to get a face full of justice of Polystyle if he keeps that up. Yeah. Anyway, I saw her heading towards me. But I didn't have time to stand around and see what she did after that. Press? Then it's entirely possible that someone else moved the body, correct? Objection! Are you mad or merely delusional? Everyone is in the lecture hall before the mock trial. The rest of the campus is empty. Ergo, the only probable suspects were the 3 trial participants. I know! Thank you for stating the obvious! How else is you, Hugh O'Connor, one of the participants? Mr. Confidence sure goes all out when he still tells the truth. The truth! Well, I don't think he meant for any of that to be misleading, but it doesn't make it factual. Careful now, Athena. Ideas like Hugh could be leading you right into a trap. I'd be surprised if he wasn't, but all he can do is charge for it with both eyes open. Alrighty then. And that was that. Now we're going to have to present some evidence for this, aren't we, ladies and gentlemen? Yeah, that's what we're going to have to do, so go ahead. The lecture hall was packed before the mock trial, but the rest of the campus was empty. That's when I saw Juniper dragging a large mat from behind the stage. I was watching her from a vantage point between the stage and the maintenance area. She was heading towards me, so I assumed she was on her way to the maintenance area. But I didn't have time to stand around and see what she did after that. This is the one that she said we need to present evidence for, right?
Hold it!
Mr. O'Connor, are you positive? She's saying. I was between the stage and the maintenance area, and she was behind the backdrop. Okay. He's sticking to his guns. The issue here is where Hugh was standing when he says he saw Junie. But nothing I say will mean anything without evidence. Okay. So he says that, okay, so he says, I was watching her from a vantage point between the stage and the maintenance area. Oops. 23rd, we got that report yesterday. Prepare for mock trial. The arrow that pierced the victim's side is stained with blood. Mock trial script. Trace of blood are found. Hold on. Let me see something. The picture is gone, isn't it? Well, let me see something real quick. So that says it's 7:05, but it's an hour ahead, so this was actually taken at 6:05. Okay. There's only one copy. And this was supposed to be at about 7, right? The lecture hall was packed before the mock trial, but the rest of the campus was empty. Oh wait, no, this is the day of the mock trial. Okay, I was thinking this was like, that's when I saw Juniper dragging a mat from behind the stage. I was watching her from a vantage point between the stage and the maintenance area. Okay, so this has nothing to do with like, okay, right? Because this is, or is this the day? Hold on. The lecture hall was packed before the mock trial, but the rest of the campus was empty. Yeah, so this is just before the mock trial. That's when I saw Jennifer dragging a large mat from behind the stage. I was watching her from a vantage point between the stage and the maintenance area. Okay, I got you. I was looking at this completely wrong. Name Hugh was written on it. I don't know. Students, results of diagram in the lecture hall, but the rest of the campus is empty, so I don't see how, like, Blood lost to a stab wound to the side of the body. Might indicate wrist may have been bound. No other visible damage. The stab wound was very rough. So this is what we need to present evidence for, right? I was watching. Let's press this again. Let's look at everything. Mr. O'Connor, are you positive you were standing exactly where you said? I was between the stage and the maintenance area, and she was behind the backdrop. So there's the stage, there's the maintenance area, she was behind the backdrop. O'Connor was there. He's sticking to his guns. Where else would he be, I wonder? It's where Hugh was standing when he says he saw Junie. But nothing I say will mean anything without evidence. Time to dig a little deeper. I'm positive it was Juniper. She was heading towards me, so I assumed she was on her way to the maintenance area. But I didn't have time to stand around and see what she did after that. But this is the one that we have to present evidence for. I was watching her from a vantage point between the stage and the maintenance area. Because, like, she's like, this is the one that she's like, we should present evidence here. So, diagram the lecture hall where the mock trial took place. None of that is relevant right now. The tape recording. Your goner belonged to Juniper Woods. The voice of perfect match testing is underway regarding sign of post-recording editing. The tape is about 13 minutes 35 seconds. The noise requiring further testing. The last two of me, I suppose they show the students setting up the stage backdrop of the night on the night of the murder. Hold on, let me see something here. So you say she's between the stage and the backdrop. Okay, but are you? Oh, because there's like a fence there. Oh, okay. I'm stupid. Right? Right? So, you saw the back of the stage from between the stage and the maintenance area. Well, let's take a look at this photo taken by Miss Scuttlebutt, shall we? This photo shows the students setting up the stage the day before the mock trial. Do you see the big construction screen to the right of the stage in the background here? Why, yes. In fact, there were a bunch of those next to my house until a few days ago, too. It was so noisy behind there, but I couldn't take a peek. Oh, how it piqued my interest. Exactly, Your Honor. You cannot see past such screens. That is their purpose. Now let's see. How exactly is that screen positioned again? Aha! Since it was to the right of the stage, it would be right here. And from this vantage point, the witness claims to have seen our client behind the stage backdrop. Oh my, but the screen would have been completely in the way. That's right. Therefore, the witness couldn't have possibly seen our client from this point. Youch! Order! Order! Mr. O'Connor, have you been lying to this court? The screen... Right. It must have slipped my mind. What? Are you telling me you, Mr. Genius, forgot something as literally big as that? There are two kinds of memory lapses. The normal kind you mouth breathers have. And the genius level lapses of memory that people like me have. Why don't you just admit that it was a normal, everyday brain fart already? Will the witness now please restate what he remembers minus the lapses of memory? That's easy. I was on the other side of the screen. In other words, I witnessed Juniper from the stage side of the screen.
Objection!
You are testifying that our client was behind the stage. But need I remind this court the back of the stage is not visible from the front. To actually see our client behind the stage from the stage side of the screen, the witness himself would also have to be in the same area behind the stage. Ergo, you are full of crap. But in that case, our client would have definitely seen Mr. O'Connor. Ugh! Youch! Nice one, Athena. Keep it up.
Objection!
Alright, Gordon boy. Is this not your chance? His chance to be like, whoa. Telling the truth will be like a weight lifted from your chest. The truth? What truth? The fact that Gordon boy here was where he initially stated. That is to say, he was between the maintenance area and the stage.
Objection!
But then the screen would have blocked his view of...
Objection!
On the ground, yes, his view would have been blocked indeed. But consider how smoke. Always wants to rise up high. Athena, look at the photo again. Do you think?
Something on the other side of the screen. Something high enough to see the stage. No way! This crane right here! But I don't remember seeing a crane there on the day of the mock trial.
Me neither, but it's probably safe to assume it was moved before you found the body. That's far enough, Prosecutor Blackwell. Remember you promised. I recall making no such promise. It was you who came blubbering to me about keeping quiet in exchange for information. Ugh. What's all this about a promise? Is this about whatever Black was using against them? And what's it got to do with going into the crane? Gordon Boy did not go up into the crane for fun. He was working part-time as a crane operator within school grounds. What? Do you mean to tell me a high school student was operating a crane? He was 18. That's legal in the U.S. The witness! I object to the prosecutor's last statement. The issue, though, is that things are kind of weird in Japan, and this takes place in Japan and California, because, like, in the U.S., like, I didn't do it because I'm super lazy, but, you know, it's perfectly normal to, like, go to high school and have, like, a part-time job, but that's not necessarily the case in Japan. There are a lot of schools that don't allow you to do it, or if you do it, you have to have, like, it's like you're limited. Like, I know for, like, university in Japan, let's see, I believe you're limited to 18 hours a week. I believe you can do no more than 18 hours a week and be a full-time student in university in Japan for most universities. But I don't know. Anyway, it's just one of those things. The witness. I object to the prosecutor's last statement. There's no proof I ever operated that crane.
Actually, there just might be something that proves you did.
What?
If this whole part-time job thing is true, I doubt it would be limited to a single day. You were probably working at the same site the previous day, too.
Is this what you're thinking of, Athena? Oh, okay.
Yep, as the court can see, this photo captured the crane's operator. A smooth operator at that. And if you look carefully, he bears a definite resemblance to Mr. O'Connor.
Are you serious? That is ridiculous! Me, the Prince of All Saiyans? How very interesting. Let's ascertain whether this is as ridiculous as the witness maintains.
The defense agrees with the prosecution. Let's bring the facts to light.
That's all very well and good, but just how do you propose to do that?
The person in this photo has one really distinguishing feature.
The glasses! It's the glasses!
I'm not 100% sure, but it's at least worth a try. We can clearly identify the person in this photo as a witness by examining
his hobby, his neck. Does he have, like, let me see. His neck is covered up. He seems like kind of a jerk, because he is a jerk. Call me jerk one more time. You're a jerk, I know. His hobby. I don't think that would do anything. His fingerprints. How would his fingerprints have anything to do with the frickin' photo? I guess it would be his neck? Because, like, that has, like, the thing on it.
The figure in this photo is wearing a very unique object around his neck.
Why, yes, you can see it right there. But then, are you saying him into...
Mr. O'Connor's neck is almost entirely concealed by his tall collar. But that's exactly why I believe this warrants further examination.
No, not a chance. That would be a blatant violation of my privacy. You're a disgrace of a man. Now start unbuttoning that collar before I hack it off.
Yeah, what's the big deal? Now let's see your neck.
Guess I have no choice. We're gonna have a dramatic transformation? Oh my!
So, where did you buy that neckband, if I might ask?
I didn't buy it. It's handmade and there's only one like it in the world.
Well, it sure looks like the neckband in the photo. Should we have the photo analyzed?
You are one irritating lady. Fine, I admit it. I work a part-time construction job. It has nothing to do with our school. Operating heavy equipment's no big deal for a guy who can parallel park one-handed. But I never expected one of my jobs would take me to my own school. But when you factor in all the required test and apprenticeship period, wouldn't you have to be at least 20 to have a license for operating a crane?
I don't know. I'm not knowledgeable with construction, but judging as that probably be my future, I'm probably going to end up being like a construction worker for the rest of my life until I break my back, because I have no marketable skills. I might as well keep that in mind. I'm past 20, but, Oh, about that, you see, I'm a genius, so
Objection!
Let us dispense with this inane charade, Gordon boy. No, Prosecutor Blackwell, please don't! High school seniors are 19 at most, thus they fail to complete the requirements. But that does not apply to you. Does it, Mr. O'Connor?
Why doesn't it apply? He's a senior, so he's around that age, right?
No, don't, please! Actually, Gordon boy here is 25. He took a 7-year break from school.
Wait, come again?
Take a gander at the official school enrollment documentation. 'Tis all right there. Ugh! Youch! 25? You mean he's older than me? A 25-year-old high school student?
And he's older than me, too. I mean, I'm younger than Apollo. Technically, since I'm 21, but still!
A 7-year break. 7 years. I have just one thing to say. There are two kinds of 7-year breaks. The ordinary kind you mouth breathers take. And the genius kind people like me take.
But a genius would quickly become a chore for a 7-year break.
I think you have that backwards, Athena. Even geniuses make mistakes. I just happened to make mine only 7 years in a row.
Only Hugh could get away with using only like that.
Enough of this jibber-jabber. Suffice to say, the witness is up the crane when he saw the accused dragging the mat. The accused ready all she needed to move the body immediately prior to doing so. That much is clear. I see no need to deliberate the matter further. Considering that the body was moved in the same manner as in the script, I find Prosecutor Blackwell's claim to be quite persuasive. Does the defense care to dissuade me?
As long as a mat was used to move the body, Junie's going to be under suspicion.
Athena, I just thought of something. What was he doing in the crane right before the mock trial? He couldn't have been on the job at the time. I mean, he was waiting for the trial to start.
I'm surprised it took you this long to bring that up. I was wondering, when someone is going to question that, but... Yeah, why was he in the crane? Wait, you don't think... Your Honor!
Yes, Miss Cykes?
I've got it! I've got an amazing idea that will turn the prosecution's claim on its head! So actually, that's the one thing I like to point out. Cause we've always taken these ages as fact, right? And I know that a lot of times you see these and you're like, how do they know their age? Well, this time, we were wrong. It said 18, but he's 25. He took 7 years off from school at one point. This should have been updated too. A senior prosecutor course served as a prosecution in the mock trial. He is really a she who'd rather be an artist. I've got it! I've got an amazing idea that will turn the prosecution's claim on its head! A little conjecture has never stopped us before.
Interesting.
Mr. O'Connor, you were using the crane to...
Move the screen, move yourself, move the body. I mean, we are trying to say that he was a murderer, although I don't believe he was a murderer. I don't believe he was trying to move the body. Why would he be moving himself? That doesn't make it... Like, how do you move yourself? Like, am I, like, picturing things incorrect? I don't think that's it. Move the screen. Possibly he could have been moving the screen. Is that wrong? This is wrong. This screen was in your way, so you wanted to move it! That's not what that's not what I meant. Okay, sure. Then why, pray tell, is in the exact same spot as it always was? Good question.
That's easy! The witness changes mind!
This court is close to changing its mind about the defense.
No! Ugh. Another chance at that one, please! Mr. O'Connor, you're using the crane to...
I guess we are trying to say he was moving the body, right? Because I don't see how he'd be moving himself.
The body was just like it was in the script, so it must have been moved like in the script, too. At least that's what the prosecution believes. How simplistic, even foolish.
Those are pretty strong words, Athena. You sure about this?
The witness is a licensed crane operator, so he could have used it to move the body.
Objection.
Well, Golden Boy, care to chime in? I intend to say no more on the matter. Save that this does not bode well for you.
Wait, he's on my side this time? Or is this another trap?
Watch this! I can use a bow and arrow one-handed.
Wow, that's a crazy level of dexterity.
I can even drive a crane with one hand, that's easy. But operating the crane itself is so complex, it requires both hands. Now, I would have the court look at this.
Oh! Please tell me that's ketchup. That's a ketchup stain.
You wish. My hand was injured and required surgery. That's the reason I kept my hand in my pocket all this time. I have already verified this is the hospital treatment. This is the hospital treatment. Quite a nasty wound, they say.
So... Oops. How did you hurt it?
I see no need to discuss that. It has no relevance to this case. Two hands are required to operate complex machinery such as a crane. Ergo, on the day of the mock trial, the witness is incapable of moving the body by crane.
No, I'm the fool?
I planned on moving the crane the night before the mock trial, but then I got injured. Wanted to keep my part-time job a secret, I had to do it just before the mock trial instead.
And here I thought this was the big break we've been waiting for.
Now that the defense's sophistry is laid bare, I would have the court recall my claim.
The body was dropped to the third floor.
The body was dropped at a third-floor window to a mat near the maintenance area. Then, a ball cart was used to move it to the stage. See? I've been paying attention. Well done, your boldness. Now consider this. The accused was Sawyer dragging the mat. Ergo, it was she who moved the body. Well, I think you're on the right track, Athena.
You do?
Yeah, Juniper remains a prime suspect if we assume the body is moved per her script. So as the defense, you have to figure out how else the body could have been removed.
But... Oh, is he telling me to think of another way besides a crane?
Miss Cykes, if you have a counter-argument, this court would love to hear it. And if you do not, it is time for the verdict. Isn't that correct, your boldness?
No, not yet! All I have to do is show that the body wasn't moved like it was in the script, right?
Well, that would show that the mat had nothing to do with this case. There's a sort of great renown that cuts down sophistic lawyers. Its name is evidence.
You don't scare me. Where's the smile, Athena? You can do it.
What's wrong with your face, Athena? It's a weird mix of terror and a creepy grin. Just focus on how the body could have been moved without it being dropped.
How could anyone lower it without just dropping it? It's not like it could fly. Or maybe it could. After all, there is a way to zip between the art and the stage. Well, that basically outright told it. Someone could have easily used that thing.
Oh, yes, of course. Miss Cykes, the court would like to see what you have for us.
All you have to do is show the tiniest shred of a possibility. The mat and ball cart weren't used to move the body. This is what was used.
The
key here is the thing that ties the art room and the stage together.
Might I propose an idea? It might do you well to tie your lips together, lest you further expose your ignorance.
This isn't exactly the time for a black comedy, Prosecutor Blackwell. Anyway, the court will recall the wire on which the school banner was hung. That wire was strung between the art room and the stage.
Wah, wah, wah. Anyway, we'll go ahead and save. Over. Slot 2. Okay. I made Blackwell sound like extra rough this episode for some reason. This recording session. Return to title, yes, please. Return the title, yes. I don't know, it's just fun. Ace Attorney, Phoenix Wright, Dual Destinies, top screen. We'll be doing that tomorrow. Ugh, what am I doing? I don't know. Anyway, so that was quite the interesting thing now, wasn't it? And we'll have to continue that off in the next recording session, in which I'll be back in my dorm room because of reasons, because of winter break. Well, it'll still be going on, sort of, pretty much. But, I'll be back in Black doing Blackwell stuff. I don't know what I'm talking about right now. But anyway, without further ado, let's go ahead and end things off here. So, if you like this video, there's a series of videos. Well, actually, what did you think of what did you think of Hugh O'Connor being 25? I'm curious of that. But continuing, if you like this video or the series of videos, please feel free to leave a like. If you thought it was cool, please feel free to subscribe and join Team Strawberry today. Also be sure to follow me on Twitter, twitter.com/MegaShadowFist. I'll be sure to leave that in the description. Thank you guys so much for watching, and this is MegaShadowFist signing out. Bye.